Because you said pimp?
Maybe.
What's the banned word?
I don't know. Are we live?
You're the one with the buttons.
Jesus, man. Hold on.
I think we're live.
I clicked it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Are we live? Okay.
We're live. Yeah, it just came across my app.
Hold, please. I'm trying to change the name of the title, and I don't know if I can't use the word pimp.
What?
Jesus. What if I put a dash in it?
You used it 3 times.
I know. I can't. Oh, my God. Epic fail. Look at this shit. I can't change the stream title.
We're live.
I know. Shit show number 3.
You can't change the screen. You can't change the title when we're live.
I can't. It won't let me change it, period. I can change it to whatever. How else can you spell pimp?
PYMP.
Ah. Try to outsmart Twitch's AI. It took it. Pimp.
P-I-L.
All right. Oh, Jesus. All right. Well, now that we're 1 minute and 48 seconds into the show,
love to see it.
Welcome.
Welcome.
Yeah, welcome. We got one chatter in YouTube chat. Tri-Econ. What's up, buddy? I don't believe that you're subscribed to the show yet, so before we move on, you're going to have to hit the subscribe button and make the thing go ding.
Yeah.
So we'll wait. Just kidding. We'll wait. What the fuck? Yeah, welcome. We got All right, turn that off. Thanks. Just mute it. Just mute it. It works.
Yeah, I don't know if it works.
Okay. All right. Well, welcome back to another episode of the Old Man Gaming Hour.
Or so.
There you go. Woo! That should be like an instant cue for you. Okay.
Yeah.
One of these days we'll nail that intro.
I'm oblivious.
Today is the PYMP Pimp My List show. This is the third episode of Pimp My List, where we post in Discord for all of you to throw some lists into our channel. If you haven't joined the Discord yet, please join up the Discord for your chance to get your list reviewed live. We do have 4 lists to go over today. I want to thank everybody for submitting your lists. I think there was about 8 or 9 lists I think we had to choose from. We handpicked 4 of them that we thought were interesting to talk about. So that's what we're going to do for the main topic today. If you're new to the show, forgot to do this, my name is Jake. Below me here is Josh. Yep. If you've been around, thanks for returning. And we do have a couple of cool lists to go over today. Oh, okay. Tri-Econ is Brandon. So Brandon is in the chat. He is waiting on bated breath to kick his list's ass. So, well, I'll tell you this, Brandon. We did pick one of your lists, obviously, because you can see it on the screen. The other one, we would have tore the shit out of that one.
That was not a good list.
I mean, like, of course, Pimp My List isn't designed just to review like good tournament lists, but yours was so utter trash with the steam tanks. We couldn't even we didn't want to spend 10 minutes on just telling you that you're the worst list builder on the planet. So
yeah, it would have been mean.
yeah, I mean, if that's a glimpse of what you were looking for, I apologize. We're not going to be not that mean to you today.
I mean, we're still going to talk about your other list. So
which actually is kind of funny because we do have a guy locally that plays at the shop that runs basically that list, so we know it, and it is not good.
Yeah,
it's not good at all.
He runs a lot of Steam tanks.
Yeah.
You just click the thumbs up.
Yeah, click the thumbs up.
That's my suggestion as far as unsubscribing.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
But we liked your other list, so we're going to discuss your other list, and it's Chef's Kiss. So
yeah. But before we get into that, let's get into outside of Warhammer this week. So, outside of Warhammer, Josh, do you have anything? I mean, I know you've been working in.
I'm in the Ohana room.
Yes.
We're on in the morning, so you know that I've been working. Outside of that, I haven't done anything except for inside of Warhammer.
Well, you did go antiquing the other day, didn't you? Not
this trip.
Oh, okay.
I am focused on my priority this trip up here, and that is one thing and one thing only. And we'll talk about it on the inside of Warhammer session.
There we go. Yeah, I mean, outside of Warhammer, I probably didn't do too much either. I'm just trying to think. Haven't really done, not much other than the normal life stuff, obviously. But during the show today, at some point, my youngest daughter will get back from her trip with her friends. They went to Puerto Rico. So that'll be cool. I don't know how dead tired she'll be. They took off last night around 10 p.m. Had a 4-hour layover in Orlando, and will be arriving. They landed. I think they landed at like 7:30 something this morning in Detroit. So I don't know what time she's actually going to be back, but yeah. Other than waiting for her to get back and checking out her videos and photos and that kind of stuff, that's pretty much all I'm waiting to do outside of Warhammer.
She's a teenager. She posts all that shit online already.
Well, there's tons of it on there, but I don't know, like, obviously we don't hear her stories about them and stuff, but
sure.
All right, well, let's move into what you got on your work desk, because I know you got a project.
Yep. And so, like I said to Mike Rausch last week on our show, I'm definitely going to play Sylvaneth at Adepticon. So I've been working on... I changed my mind. That's right. And I decided, fuck it. And I told Rausch, I'm all in. I'm going Soulblight Gravelords at Adepticon this year. Actually, I've been building and painting my trolls. This is the time I decided to do full layer paint instead of doing the Army Builder speed paints. So it's going to take me the entire probably 14 more days or whatever we got to bang out this army. Luckily, it's got low model count, but unfortunately, the models are massive. And so it's going to be quite an ordeal trying to get this done. I guess really my whole goal will be base coats, and then go from there.
I think if you get the base coats all done, at least you'll feel good about like taking a painted army. Right. If you don't get all the highlights and stuff done, but
yeah. That's the goal. Is I'll get the base coats on, and then I will. Then I'm going to put in some work on the skin. Is going to take me forever. So that'll be number 2.
Yeah. Brandon, if you decided to stick around in the chat for whatever reason,
I think he's still here.
Are you going to Adepticon this year? And if so, what are you playing? We want to hear this kind of shit in the chat. That's what
I think he's playing whatever list we decided was good of his.
Oh, that's what his plan was. He posts 2 shitty lists, and then we're gonna pick one. He's gonna play it at Adepticon. That's ballsy, bro. I love it. I'm here for that.
Maybe we get to pick what.
Oh, that would be awesome. We should think about that next year, leading up to Adepticon, like a month beforehand. We'll just do a choose my list show.
Yeah, somebody could tell us what to play at Adepticon, and if we have it, we can bang it out.
Wow!
And then
you can do that. Yeah,
we could tell Mike Roush what to play at Adepticon.
Well, Mike's not playing in Adepticon because he's
next year
too elitist for us now. Oh, my work desk. Guess what? I did something. I did a thing. Avi, I'm playing Feck because I'm not going to paint a whole army like Josh. I'm not that ambitious.
I painted a whole army every fucking tournament.
But I have decided to paint my horses that I will never cast. But I'm going to paint it.
That's cool, though.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's coming along. It's not done yet. But it's got the same scheme as my army with the pale skin on the horses. And I actually didn't really like it as I was going through the process because I forgot how shitty it looked before you put the details and stuff in there. But once I started putting the reds in it and shading it and stuff, it's starting to come along. So I think once I put the pale skin on there, it'll be matchy, and I'll be happy with it. But likely you'll never see that on the table because I just have 2 casts, and there's way better things to cast than that.
Yeah. Brandon said he's not going to make it this year. It's the middle of his kid's spring break. Yeah, me too. And I'm bringing Ethan. Ethan's playing.
Yeah, you could have just brought your damn kid. He even plays Warhammer. What the fuck? They got that Young Guns tournament and everything.
Yeah, well, looks like Andrew Sellers isn't going to Adepticon, but he's going to be at the Trash Clash, Aether Force, and Tacoma. Are we doing one of Andrew Sellers' lists?
I don't think he posted one. Unless he's got a
pumped. Looking for my list pumped.
I
think I'm gonna make a sneak appearance at Trash Clash. Jake is I guess not allowed. I'm not real sure.
Well, we're planning a family vacation during that same time period.
Yeah, I'm going. Oh shit! Well, let me quickly peek.
Oh man, see, this is what happens when people just think their Discord names are cooler than their real names. We don't know who the fuck they are.
All right, let's see. Yeah, well, at least Brandon's Discord name is Brandon.
Yeah, Brandon knows what's up
because I'm looking for his list.
I'm
and otherwise we're just dead air. We are yes. Andrew.
Oh, okay. Oh, we did pick it. All right, Andrew. We'll talk shit about your shit too. Yeah.
I'm really interested in your list. I will give you my opinion on how it should go. But anyways, yeah, we are talking about your list. I'm fired up about it now. I'm fired up.
All right. Let's talk about a couple upcoming events real quick since we mentioned them.
Okay.
Some of them already. As I choke. So obviously we're going to Adepticon, so that's coming up in a couple of weeks. Yep. And if you're going, we will see you out there. Feel free to say hi. I know it's a giant event, but if you do happen to see us and you want to, wave us down and talk a bit or
tell us how shitty our show is.
Yeah, right. If you want to grab a pic or, with a selfie with a couple of nerds that don't matter to anybody on the internet, we would gladly,
I mean, let's be honest. We got 79 people that are subscribed to our YouTube channel.
That's true.
And we probably have way more than that in our Discord now.
Yeah, I think it's over 100. Last time I remember counting something, but
I mean, we're almost
it's a
close.
slow organic growth, is what they say.
We're almost close to being like a medium small deal.
Yeah. A schmedium.
Yeah. Extra schmedium.
But anyways, if you're not going to Adepticon, maybe you'll catch us out at one of these other events. We are going to go to.
High Ground is next.
Yeah, we're going to go to High Ground. That is, what dates are those? April 12th and 13th. That's here in Michigan. I know it's sold out already, but they'll probably have drops. So if anybody is looking, good morning.
J.
Yeah, good morning, Jeremiah. If you guys are looking for going somewhere in a Michigan area, that's always a good one. I think they got
it's a great tournament.
72 player slots for that one. So if you're not on a wait list, I would suggest getting a hold of those guys to get on the list in case there's some drops. But we'll be at that one in April, and then when is the Trash Clash? Is that
That's the end of April?
The end of April, last weekend, I believe, right?
I'm just gonna go look 100% here. I'm not sure why, but I just paid Microsoft $179. I'm interested to find out what that's about. It is the 26th and 27th, it looks like.
Okay, and that's down in Lexington, ran by our buddy Clay. I guess we'll see those guys at Adepticon. Andrew, are you going to Adepticon this year? I don't know if you're part of the group that was going up with those guys or not.
No, he just said he's not.
Oh, that's right. He did say that.
Yeah, he said he's not going to make it, but he needs his list pimped for Trash Clash 8th or 4th in Tacoma. So we'll see if we can fuck that list up, make it 100% worse.
Other than that, do we have any other? I guess there's the Aether Force GT that's in Dayton, Ohio, and I think that
looks kind of cool.
Yeah, we've been eyeballing that one. I think that one's at the end of May, I want to say.
Could be in May. I'm going to be so busy working in May. I've already signed up for 19 days, so I don't know if I'm going to do anything in May. I've got most of April off. I think I'm only working 8 or 9. But May.
Well, May we have our
on both ends.
We have our RTT season 1 first match or first episode of that year-long series 10th. Of May 10th. Yeah. So anybody, if you guys are local, we did kind of touch on this last show, but if you're going, what are we doing here?
Brandon's gonna make a bunch of lists.
Oh, okay. So Brandon's gonna come down for the May RTT then.
RTT.
Okay.
Yeah, we've already got a lot of signups.
Yeah, make sure. Oh yeah, make sure you sign up. I want to double check this real quick, but I think we already had like 10. Yeah, we have 10 signups out of 24 already for an RTT in May. So how the fuck did we do that? I don't know.
The word is out.
Apparently, apparently we run some good events. So if you want to get in, make sure you get your ticket semi-early, because I don't know if there's going to be another surge and then it'll be sold out. So don't wait too long on that.
I got to get Ethan signed up for that one.
We're going to get, we'll help you out with some lists for that, Brandon, if you want.
Yeah,
but
I'll tell you what, you let us pick your list and I'll let you pick mine.
Ooh, wow, there you go. Okay.
I'll run whatever.
And Josh, and you can do whatever, Brandon, because Josh owns every army.
If I don't have all the units, we'll have to make some changes, but I have every army, so I will learn to play some trash. Except for if it's whatever Ethan's playing, I can't play his army, so That'll be the only rule. So.
But yeah, anyway, that RTT will kick off our 2025 season, and we're keeping stats for the year for all the players. There's nothing special you guys got to do. We're gonna just compile all the stuff, kind of like an ongoing actual season of something. It doesn't cost anything extra. There's no extra signups to do. You just play in the RTTs. We keep the stats, and at the end of the year, we'll have some kind of prizes or something to commemorate your achievements. So, anyways, sign up for that. And then I think the next one we're planning on is June, end of June. June 21st, I want to say the date will be. But don't quote me on that because I haven't nailed that one down yet. So, but anyways, real quick, we want to give a shout out to our forever sponsor, and that is Gray Matter Gaming. As you can see on the screen, if you use code OMG, you get 5% off your order, your whole order, and everything on your order. That's the same thing, right? Yeah.
Yeah. You said it 4 times, I think.
Yeah. But you get 5% off. But 5% is 5%. So if you're looking for anything from Gray Matter Gaming, check them out. The link, their website link will be in our show notes after the show. Get yourself some mats or objective markers, or I think they even do like they're a seller for Baron of Dice and there's a train company that they also sell some stuff on their site also. So check that out.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Calling it out right now.
Yeah.
You both pick each other's list and then you grudge them. That would be the best, dude. Actually, we should. Yes, that just reminded me. We should make grudging an actual thing that people want to do.
So, like the most grudges.
Yeah.
At the end of the year?
The most grudge matches played. Oh, that would be cool. I mean, I guess if everybody grudged everybody every game, there you could have like someone with a couple people with 5.
You can't grudge somebody after the first round.
No, I mean, but you'd be limited to 5.
Every tournament. Yeah. Yeah, Mike, morning show.
Yeah, get in on this, Mike.
When I'm in the Ohana room, it's because I'm in Lansing. We got to do in the morning because I work at night. So
anyway, that might be an interesting idea too. Grudges, along with a couple other things we're going to track.
You are not involved in that. Like, did you read what's going on above, Mike? We're picking each other's lists. If you want to get involved in that and let us decide what your list is going to be in a tournament, I will make you a list, and you will not win 3 games.
Yeah.
And then I'll grudge you.
Let Josh pick all the shit units out of a shit army, and then he brings an elitist list, and then grudge him, and then still beat Josh, and then I will laugh my ass off.
I will make you a sweet Dark Oath list with all the models that I traded from you. With all my Dark Oath that I have now.
Oh, geez. All right.
I'm not doing that. I'll figure out something. I mean, I got the models. You're going to play an entire list of only flamers.
Oh, Jesus.
No chickens, just flamers.
It'll turn out that'll be really good.
I know. It'll have 16,000 shots.
Yeah.
Just chaos chariots. I don't know. I got to come up with the Mike Roush list. It's going to take some time. I've got till May.
Yeah. We got a little time to do that. All right, let's get into the main topic. Main topic obviously is Pimp My List. And we have 4 lists to go over today, and we're going to do our best to analyze these as much as our brains will allow. We'll give suggestions.
Like
we'll give some suggestions on what can make your list better and tell you what is utter trash in the list.
Let's get some. And if you guys want to add anything from the chat, please do.
Oh, yeah, sure. Please, as always, keep the chat going. Gives us some other talking points, which is nice. We do enjoy that interaction very much. All right. We didn't even.
Before we move on, Before we move on, we do need to ask you guys to like and subscribe. Follow all of our social medias. I guess we're on fucking Blue Chew or something like that now.
No, not Blue Chew. Blue Chew makes your dick hard.
Oh.
Blue Sky. Blue Sky.
Blue Sky. Blue Sky.
We ain't on Blue Chew right now, okay? That'd be weird.
Twitter, we're on Discord, obviously. Come join our Discord. Get on all the things. Tell your friends. Let's build this up a little bit. So
yeah, boy.
Right, anyways, let's roll to Pimp My List. Pimp My List.
All right. So, very first list that we have is put in by the man, the myth, the legend of the Pimp My List channel in our Discord, because literally 1 minute after I posted we need lists, he threw 2 lists in there immediately. So
it was pretty impressive.
Obviously these
was impressive.
Obviously these lists were not just created to go on to Pimp My List. These were saved in his phone at some point.
100%.
And he thought that he really liked them, I guess, because why would you have a list in your phone that you're never going to play? So we decided not to go with the utter trash list.
First list was cities with a bunch of fucking steam tanks, and we're like, we can't even talk about that. I mean, we can't even talk about it. I wish we could, because honestly, it was a lot of human shit too, and I love humans. It's my favorite thing.
Yeah,
cities.
It just the problem was it had a steam tank commander and like two or three steam tanks, and that's just garbage. So we couldn't. I mean, we didn't want to like tell you were the worst human on the planet for putting that list in the chat. So we're gonna pick your other list.
Maybe you can play that list in our.
Bring the steam tank list to the RTT in May. That's the one we're gonna make you play. I will grudge your ass in an instant for that. Yeah. But
what we are talking about is the Crag Herd.
Yes, the Crag Herd. Oh, good morning, Jared. Thanks for showing up this morning. I think you'll be impressed with these lists. But yeah, Crag Herd. Go ahead, Josh. Take it away.
All right, so Crag Herd, we're going to be a Gloomspite Gets list. Squigglanch, 2 drops. Clammy Dank, Lore of the Clammy Dank, and Kronspine. So pretty obvious the move there. So the General's Reg has Kragnos, the End of Empires, as the General. 2 Rock Gut Tragoths reinforced, after my own heart over here. And then Regiment 2 is going to be a Squig Boss with Nasha Squig, with Loon Touch, the Clammy Cowl, and then 2 units of reinforced Boeing Bounders. So what do you think about this list so far, Jake? Let me run this back. The Loon Touch is going to make that Squig Boss into a level 1 caster. The Clammy Cowl, I think it makes it so he's hard to hit, right? I have it on my guy in my list, but at this time of day, I'm just going to have to look. Clammy Cowl says subtract 1 for hit rolls for attacks that target this unit. So shooting and combat.
-1 to be hit is really good, because I'm sure that Squig Boss on Nash Squig doesn't have a ton of health.
I'm sure he doesn't have a ton of anything. I don't know why the fuck you bring that model, but let's take a peek at him.
Squig Boss has 4 health.
Fuck is
4 health?
Right, yeah.
On a 6-up save?
On a 6-up save. And you're like, but -1 to hit, so he's gonna fucking live.
Wait a minute. Also, Oh, with Nasha Squig. In my mind, I was thinking this is the guy that rides a Squig, but it's not. It's the guy that has a
It's the one
Squig
that's
pet.
just hanging
Yeah, yeah.
out with
Well,
Squig.
because he has a 5-inch move, so I was like, how the fuck does a Squig dude only have 5-inch move? Yeah, this
Pick a
guy
friendly
this
Squig
guy needs
unit.
the minus to be hit because he's instant dead.
I mean, like, yeah, I don't know. He's your anvil. I like that. So pick a friendly squig unit within this unit's combat range. Roll a die on 2+. Pick one of the following effects. Add 3
Oh
to the move
shit!
characteristic,
Yeah,
or
keep reading. Keep reading.
your attacks have crits.
Crit
Crit
mortals.
mortals. Yeah, you have to get in combat on your turn because he instantly dies if he gets touched.
Well, I mean, let's talk about that for a second because he probably won't get touched because he's going to sit in the back and he's going to give a unit of bounders 3 inches of extra movement on top of their already like crazy movement, right?
Yeah, but they're going to just outrun them. So it's like turn 1.
No, I know. It's like sending missiles out. You don't send them both at the same time. You send one, it goes blows something up, and bounders are already hit kind of hard anyway, right?
Yeah, no,
So they may
probably
just destroy whatever they touch. And then if you got to send the second grouping out, yeah, I don't think that's actually I kind of like that. You give them 3 extra inches of movement, or no, I guess you can't do one. You got to pick one or the other, right?
Other. Yeah, it's one or the other. So I don't
Well,
know.
I guess they don't need crit mortal, but if they're gonna reach something anyway, you might as well give them crit mortal instead of the 3 extra inches of movement. But if you do need to get them somewhere, yeah, and that's just free. That's not on a 3-up pick a thing. It's just you do it.
It is. It's on a 2-up.
Well, okay, okay, but it's not like one of those weird ones where it's like a 3-up or a 4-up ability that doesn't go off half the time.
Yeah.
You got to roll a 1, which I guess Brandon never gets this off because he just rolls 1s.
Oh.
But I mean, other than that, I like the tech. The tech in that's good.
Yeah, I mean, I think he's fun. I don't know if I like him more than Scragrot or.
Oh well, is he the best pick for leading a regiment in a Gits list? Probably not, but it's a cool combo. I don't mind it.
Yeah, so Kragnos gives them the 3d6 charge, and then this guy gives them either +3 inches on their movement or gives them
probably crit mortals all the time. I would imagine
crit mortals, and yeah. I would say crit mortals. I mean, it's cool. It's cool. I mean, it's something that I've never seen in a list before. I had to look him up, but I mean, the point is you're trying to get your rock guts in and you're trying to get your bounders in and you're just trying to fucking hammer some shit. Standing on circles probably with your Troggoths is going to be fairly easy as long as it's a low objective army or a low objective mission. Then you should be able to hold a couple of circles with your Trogs, and then the rest of the stuff's just gonna punch faces. So
yeah, I think Mike makes a good point. I think the Squig boss on Nash's Squig does better with a unit of Squig herd.
Yeah,
because the Squig herds don't hit hard,
but they
as hard as the bounders, right? So if you give them crit mortal, you get better chance mathematically of getting a bunch of mortals into a unit. Although I guess Kragnos is making his I don't know. I guess we're getting reintroduced into Kragnos in 4th edition because he is a pretty good pick, although he's pretty expensive, like in a lot of lists for, let's say, Iron Jaws and Gits, which makes things really interesting with this 3d6 charge ability. You get the opportunity of reaching out and touching some stuff that you wouldn't normally be able to get to. Like if, normally the Iron Jaws are real slow. The Rock Guts are slow. But if you got 3d6 charge and bang like an 18-inch charge somehow, that.
Yeah.
And Rock Guts they're tough. They're hard to kill. They hit decently, so they're an anvil. and a hammer all in one. So if you could pin your opponent back by banging a couple big charges with them too, not so bad either.
Yeah. Mike, you missed earlier my announcement of not. I had told you I was all in with Soulblight Gravelords, but I decided that I'm not doing that, and I am now painting an entire troll army. So I'm going to be bringing trolls to Adepticon, and probably High Ground, unless I absolutely hate the new book, which I think will probably be legal for High Ground. So not only did I say I wasn't going to change my list from the trees, but
you changed it twice.
So
what's better than changing a list once? I don't know. Yeah. Ask Josh. Changing it twice.
Changing it twice, and if I don't get this painted, we're still gonna go with daughters.
Daughters. Yeah, so we swap again. That's correct, Mike.
That's all right. So, all right, let's. What else? What would we change about this list? I mean, the only thing I really wonder about is if you need 2 units of Bling Rat Bounders. If you could do what are the regular
Squig herd?
Squig guys, not the Squig herd, but the regular Squig riders cost, because you could, if you wanted to bring those guys, yeah, you could bring them. They can run out there, take some objectives, and do some stuff. I'm not saying that I would change it. I like the 2 units of Bounders, but Squig Hoppers are what?
The Squig Hoppers are 170 points. Yeah,
but
that's too expensive.
No, it's 170 for 10. So you could cut that loose, bring a Squig Hopper unit, maybe fit Scragrat in there then instead of your Squig.
Well, he's also got 50 points to play with.
Well, and that's what I'm saying. I don't feel like you could play a Gitz list without Scragrat. I don't know. He's one of the best wizards in the game. So that's just my only thought.
Oh, here we go. Mike's trying to change this list into Mike's list. I'd probably take out all the big boys and add in all the small boys.
Yeah, well, he does like the goblins.
Well, in Goblin Palooza, it is a good unit, so he's got a point. But I think this is what I think about this list. I think this list is geared to center around Kragnos. I think it's a push my shit forward and fight you type of list.
Yeah.
Rather than being techie. Mike is into the techie gets and not the go forward and smash face gets. I think this really works because, I mean, other than what we talked about the Squig boss and maybe Squig herd in there instead of the Bounders, although the Bounders are going to punch hard, this list has all punchy things, right?
Yeah, except for that Squig boss on Nash's Squig.
Well, but he's there to make the things punchier. So I guess there's the tech in that. The other stuff is just get shit around Kragnos, charge all that shit in, fight. I think Brandon makes this because Brandon's like, hey, look, I just want to go out and have some fun and fight some shit and, be done with it. So if that's the style that you want to play, this is a perfect list for that.
Yeah.
If you want to make the best Gits list, you probably scrap all this and start over.
I don't know about all of it.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, if you wanted
the Bounders and the Troggoths, but in any list.
Well, okay, but what I'm saying is, like, if Kragnos you don't need, and you got 580 points worth of other shit.
Yeah, no,
like all the techie and the wizards list. And yeah, but
it's gonna be a fun list.
How many points is the Scragrat?
He is right at the top.
He is 230
points. 230 points. So you could make him. You could cut the Squig boss, bring Scragrat, and you would cut one of the Bounders into a unit of the jumpers, and they maybe I don't know if it'll be better. I honestly don't know if it'll be better than this list.
Yeah,
This list is...
That's what I mean. Like, this is obviously built a certain way. If you add Scragrod in, you're losing your Squig Boss, and then you're 50 points over. So you'd have to take out 1 unit of something to add something else in. So like you said, maybe take out a unit of Bounders and add just a unit of Squig Herd, which will reduce the points there. But then you don't have the Squig Boss given crit mortals to things. So you'd have to change a lot though if you wanted to go a different route. I think this is pretty decent. This is definitely a good RTT list for sure.
Oh, I definitely think so. Yeah, I think it'll be really fun to play in an RTT. And I love Kragnos, and I don't know why more people don't bring him. I think he is. I
think Jacob nailed it. Crag Daddy is life. I mean, he is cool. He is cool.
Yeah, reinforced long strikes. Love fighting everybody, Jeremiah. Like, ask Jake how Utron does against a bunch of long strikes.
Well, he does just fine if I keep him in obscuring terrain.
Yeah, well, that's cool. But keep him off the board.
Yeah, I mean, in the general sense, if the goal is to run your shit forward and just battle somebody and play like a 3-round game, I think this list does that. Because you're not getting your shit lifted by anybody running the rock guts. And if you can pin somebody back and control the primaries and then missile your bounders in to kill the rest of their shit, I think it's good. This is the kind of list I would play. This is more elitist, and that's what I kind of like running. So this is right up my alley. So I personally wouldn't change this list. I would run it. I would run this. That's what I would say.
I think I'd give it a try. In fact, I might give it a try.
It's a good one. I like this.
I don't think I have enough bounders to run 2 reinforced, but I could run something as a proxy. Yeah. I could try that list. I
will give you this. Slow clap for Brandon for submitting one shit list and then submitting this cool list.
Yeah.
You're 50-50, man. It's in baseball, that's real good.
Yeah.
Batting 500 here.
I mean, honestly, if we were to look deep into that city's list, it might be.
It's probably not that crazy, but the problem is we already know that 3 steam tanks can't kill anything. They can't shoot in combat. They are good for like pinning and controlling an objective if you put a bunch of them on one. But if you're doing that, you're not controlling the board state. And all you got to do is run one little unit over and stand in front of them, and they never shoot anything. So it kind of feels bad in that regard, but yeah, whatever. I mean, this list is cool.
It'll win some games.
All right. Next list, we are going to go with Goldie Crag and the 3 Pigs, submitted by Rob.
Goldie Crag and the 3 Pigs.
Because we love to talk about Rob's list when he's not here.
Okay.
I'm just kidding. I don't think he's here.
I like Iron Jaws. Let's see what's going on. Oh, it's another Kragnos list.
Oh, look at that. I told you he's making a re-emergence. All right, so Goldie Crag and 3 Pigs, 1970 points and a 2-drop Iron Jaws list in the Grunta Stampede battle formation. Lore of the Weird and War Beats, obviously, and then the manifestations of Gorka Amorka. So that's cool. We'll get a chance to look at those. Because we haven't really... Oh, he did! Robert Malshine's in the chat. He is here. He was fucking Shadow. He was a Shadow. All right. So Kragnos, obviously, what we just talked about as a general. 2 units of Gore Gruntas and then a Tusk Boss with an eye for the fight and trophy skills. And then the 2nd regiment is Weird Knob Shaman, another unit of Gore Gruntas, a gouger, and a hacking crew. Okay. What's better than some bacon, Rob? More bacon. This is the answer every time. So,
bacon.
This is the kind of shit, again, that I would run. I got super excited when the big pigs were first announced, and I bought 3 or 4 of them, and then the rules came out a week later, and then I was disappointed. Built the models and put them in a box. So anytime we get a chance to look at Big Pig, is fantastic. So obviously Kragnos is going to give everybody 3d6 charge. The recent update to the Gorgrunnas is nice. That they hit on 4s now instead of 5s. So not that they're going to really kill anything, but they're just going to hit a little bit better, and they're very good for pinning stuff back because they are pretty tough. Let me pull them up real fast just so I'm not telling you guys.
Say, I don't know a whole lot about any of this army.
All right, so Gorgrunnas have a 9-inch move, 5 health on a 3-up save. They do the standard
swings.
Yeah, I mean, they get 4 attacks from the riders, 4 attacks from the mounts. They get +1 damage on the charge, like cavalry normally does. But they're 4s and 2s. No rend, 1 damage, but I mean, you guess you always got the opportunity to give them. Well, let's see in his list. He doesn't have a shaman, or I mean, he doesn't have a priest. So you're not going to give +1 damage, which I guess you don't need it if you're using the Gorgrunnas for your prospectors / pinners. They don't need the extra damage anyway.
I don't know if he's doing that though. He's got 3 units of them.
Yeah, you flank a couple of them. You keep 1 unit strung out in front to kind of be a screener / send them in. Obviously, you can't. I don't know. I mean, Kragnos is going to give all your big pigs fucking 3d6 charge. So on the turn you want to get everything in is what you probably do. Let me look at an eye for the fight. And
that's what I was just going to look at.
Trophy skills.
Trophy skills add 10 to this unit's control score.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's just controlling whatever he touches. And then the eye for the fight is an automatic 4-inch redeploy.
Yeah.
So you can kind of keep him safer to an extent, maybe.
Well, and it's if you do a redeploy wholly within 12 of that guy, whatever unit gets at least 4. So
sure. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
But I am interested. I'm going to look up the Tusk Boss because a lot of us don't take the Tusk Boss just because he depreciates. And you can't, well, I guess you'd probably give him Prize Beast.
Yeah, you're definitely giving Maw.
Yeah.
No, you're giving the Maw Grunter with Hacking Crew Prize Beast, aren't you?
I don't know in this list. I think, Rob, which pig you giving Prize Beast to? I probably say Tusk Boss because he does depreciate when he takes damage. So Prize Beast eliminates that.
With Hacking Crew, you're giving it to more attacks. Wow.
More attacks.
Well, I'm wrong. Yeah, because you're giving doesn't
the boss
Hacking Crew...
the boss has the same amount of stuff.
Oh, does he?
Yeah, like he's still got the side card guys. So okay, so the Tusk Boss, except for Slaves of Darkness, you wanted to give bodyguard on the piglets so they keep your dudes safe. Okay, that's fair.
Yeah.
So the Tusk Boss 3 units wholly within 12 of him if they charged, or if they charge, they get +1 momentum point. So they're going to get 2 points for charging instead of 1.
That's cool.
So if all those charge with the Kragnos 3d6 charge, you're going to get a minimum of +2 damage on the Tusks attacks. So they'll be damage 4 if all they do is just charge, which is real good. I mean, the max they can go is 5 if they like ran and then charged somehow. And the other thing is just the standard explains how the passive momentum points work. So so you have this piece to give a 12-inch bubble of +1 momentum points on the charge. You have Kragnos in there for 3d6 charge, which makes it way more reliable to get those guys into a fight. And then you're just smashing stuff.
Yeah, well, and that's what he says. If he goes second, he charges everything in and powers through with a piglet unit to pin their hammer. It's, I mean, you obviously have a plan. I like it. I guess my only thought is why not bring the priest to get the plus of damage? What are you really casting with the weird boy shaman or weird knob shaman?
The problem with this particular list is everything's multi-damage already, and I don't think companion weapons will get that +1 damage. So if you got a bunch of stuff with companion weapons, it doesn't make a lot of sense just to give like the rider. Because even like the Tusk boss, 2 of the attack profiles are companion.
Gotcha.
Right. So it probably doesn't make sense to try to get that off, and it's not a super reliable prayer.
Okay. All right. So swamp, teleport, and give Kragnos exploding 6s.
The swamp. That's what I need to look that up because
our preparation for this is minimal today.
Well, we didn't know we were going to do the show, and then we thought, well, we'll do it later or something. So we thought maybe we'd have some time, and then we didn't. And then Josh was like, "Oh, I'm ready in the morning," and I just woke up, so I was like, "Okay, there we go." All right, the Mork Spit Marsh is what it's called. Passive ability. Oh, but that doesn't give exploding 6s.
No, he's saying that's what he casts with his wizard. He either casts the teleport.
Or I thought he meant like he's going to cast the swamp, teleport him, and then give him exploding 6s. Okay, I got you.
No, it turns off the redeploy and run. It just slows stuff down.
He's
trying to pin you back and bog you down, which, I don't hate that at all. That's fun. Staying still while I rain bacon.
You can rain bacon? Oh, no.
You know what? Honestly, I'm going to try this list too.
Powerful spell. Yeah, I do like this, and I have all the models to do it, so I could also run this easily. Yeah, dude, I do like it. Which is a little surprising for a Rob list in a sense of Rob tries to exploit little loopholes in rules, and I don't really see that there's anything here that he's trying to like capitalize other than just fucking bacon in your face. Which makes me kind of wonder, like, is this really Rob? Because there's been some heated discussions in Discord chats over little gray area rules that Rob likes to build lists around. So I don't really think this is Rob. I don't think so.
I just want to take a second to say what's up to French-tastic, who is in the chat on Twitch. What's going on?
What's up, Frenchie?
It's been a while. Frenchie in the house.
Yeah, no, Rob. I'm just
value from my units.
Yeah, I'm just giving them crap. But yeah, dude, I like this. The question is there anything we could change about the list that would make it better?
I mean, I feel like he has a plan, and he's
He's got
putting it out
1970. He's got 30 points remaining. If you took out one unit of Gore Grunnas, that gets you 210 points available. Could you bring another Gouger, Rob, instead of the one pack of Gruntas? Because the Gougers give you, I believe they're the unit that gives you strike first. If I'm thinking about this right. Maul Grunter Gouger. Once per turn in the combat phase, you roll a dice and add your momentum points to it, and then on a 5-up, the target has strike last. So if you have,
and that's what Rob just said. Also, he had said you could turn a piglet into another big pig, which I think you guys are on the same page. It sounds like.
Yeah. Well, then you just
Would
get
it make
two.
things better?
Well, in that regard, you're given two chances of getting that strike last off onto something. If you need to put both those pigs into something important to kill it, or you want a couple different targets from your other stuff that you're charging in.
The throwaway unit in the screen, I mean, and being able to block out so you don't get charged, so you can counter charge. I think there's more utility in the babies, in the piglets. Excuse me.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. That would be a change that I would think that you could make and still be okay with it. With the pigs moving 9, you might be able to set up. I mean, like if all the little pigs don't get absolutely destroyed, you still could get flanks later in the game rather than trying to get it early, to where you could have 2 units of the little pigs be your screeners in case someone else has an Alpha Strike army.
Gore Grunnas have only 5 health
and
but 3-up save.
Rob, that's once per on the War Scroll, so you're able to do it with each dude.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
No, it's once per turn army.
I know, but everything says once per turn army. No,
it doesn't. Normally, if you could do it with multiple units, it would say just once per turn. Now I gotta find a fucking army with something that's. I know.
Also, I'm thinking about it wrong. I thought that there was other things we've looked at before that were once per turn, and they say army on them, but as long as it's on the War Scroll rather than in like the battle trait for the army, then you're able to do it per unit that you have.
Oh, I'm thinking of once per battle, but that is once per battle for each unit. Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I think that he's right. I think you can only do it once per turn with the army.
Maybe that's something we'll have to refresh our brains about. I thought we've had that discussion before with other things.
I don't
know. In any event, I guess if you can't do the strike last on 2 units, then it's not as worth it, I suppose. Unless one dies, and then you can have another instance of that.
I like War Channers, but I also usually play, if I mess around with orcs, I like the infantry, and the War Channers make those guys fucking thugs.
Oh, yeah, sure.
And so that he was just saying you could change it out for the wizard. It's a possibility, but I don't know. The list is tight. I don't know if I'm making a lot of changes.
Yeah, I mean, also let's talk about. So he's casting Swamp to pin stuff back, but there is other manifestations there. Namely, I think the what the hell is it called? The Gork Aurora. That's the one. So that's the skull with the smoke coming out of it. And that gives a chance for you can add +1 to charge rolls. Well, I guess you may not need it necessarily for units to get +1 on the charge.
It says it comes out round 1.
Yeah, you put that out and then you stand your priest by or your wizard by it. Oh, you do use it for the charge bonus? Oh, okay.
1 inch is 1 inch, baby. 3d6 + 1 is better than 3d6.
That's also true. That's very true. I thought there was another.
He's never re-rolled a charge. He says he is 100% on all charges all the time. Never re-rolled a charge. That's impressive. That's impressive.
Okay, so that's what it does. So you pick either 1 or 2. You roll that many dice, and the bonus effect, if you roll 5s, it gives plus to your charge, right? But the effect, because you've picked 1 or 2, you get that added to your casting rolls while your wizards are around this thing. So he puts that out. Then his wizard's always going to be a +1 or +2 caster, provided he doesn't take damage and kill himself.
Yeah.
But then you're able to get like the teleport spell off easier later when you need it, or the swamp that he says he likes to cast. So, yep. Like it. Now, Rob, do you actually use the faction terrain? Because that is the Boss Rock Tower, right? That's right. Tower. If you put a dude in there, I can't remember what it gives you.
Well, I mean, he's got the wizard. You might as well throw him in.
Well, that's what I mean. That's true. Okay. Basically, if you got a dude in there on a 3-up, you get a choice of 3 different things. You get subtract from control score for a target, an enemy, subtract 1 from casting rolls for an enemy, or subtract 1 from the number of dice roll when making charges. So I guess if you're pinning someone back, you just throw this thing as far forward as you want because it's got an 18-inch range to pick an enemy and give them a debuff. So yeah, you'd put your wizard up in there and just, if something happens to get close to you, you can give it a debuff.
So he's only playing it if he's not deploying in the opponent's zone. So.
Yeah. I mean, faction terrain is a risky thing, as Josh finds out when he plays Stormcast with the porta potty.
Yeah, I don't play with faction terrain anymore at all.
It's just, you give your opponent the chance to fight something that can't fight back, and gives a free tactic if you can get to it, and you can do the whole slingshot charge off of it. And
although with my trolls, I'll be bringing, because that's the only way you can bring dudes back. So I'll be using it there. So,
but
I mean,
yeah,
there's good faction terrain, but yeah, I like it.
Thanks for the list, Rob. That's a good one. We both like it. Thumbs up.
Yep. 2 thumbs up. Looks like a fun list. I think both of us will end up trying it.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll play each other with it.
Ooh, mirror match. And who gets the charges off first? I go first. I go first.
All right.
Next. Yeah, go ahead and introduce this boy.
So next, this one's by JH the Hurricane.
Yeah, Jacob Hoey. He's in the chat.
Okay, Jacob Hoey. Okay. Thanks for giving us this one. So blood letters are red, horrors are blue. I'm all in on Neve, Black Talon, and you should be too. It's IDK, Killian Beastmasters, 1990. 2 drops, Lure of the Deeps, and Manifestation is Primal Energy. So General's Reg has the Eidolon of Methalon, Aspect of the Sea. who is the general. He has ancient pride and armor of Scythai. He has 2 Echelon Guard units, 2 Achillean Levidons, and I don't know what the other drop is. Maybe I. Oh, and then okay. Then his regiment of renown is Neve Black Talon, with Neve's companions and the Lorelei, Child of the Abyss, and he is bringing the terrain piece. So we picked this one because we like 2 turtles.
Yeah,
it's fucking cool. Like if I owned 2 turtles, I'd be running that shit or I'd be making Ethan run that.
I'm surprised you don't own 2 turtles, cool. To be honest. I don't know why you don't own them.
Yeah.
2 turtles.
I don't either. Sorry.
Has the turtles ever been trash? Yeah. I mean, you're putting them in every list almost a while back, right?
Yeah. No, I don't think they used to be brought. Ethan always brought it, but that's because he likes the turtle. I don't think that it used to be super strong. Right now, I think it's freaking great, though. We were talking about this list while I was driving up here to Lansing, and I think we both really like it. So manifestation-wise, Primal Energy, I feel like it's cheaper. You still get some damage, and the stuff casts a little bit easier than Morbikanj. So I like Primal Energy for this list. The Eidolon, I mean, I prefer this Eidolon. Ethan toyed around playing with both of them for a little bit in his list, and I didn't like the fighty guy. He only ever needed 1 in the last edition. So that's what Jacob says. So Ancient Pride, I don't remember what that does. We'll have to look at that in a second. The Armor of the Synthai, that thing is freaking ridiculous. Ethan uses that, and he fucks me up all the time with it. It is going to give you a maximum 4 up to hit. That's really strong. 4s to hit suck, as everybody that plays orcs knows. Oh, you like the Life Swarm. Yeah, so you can heal those turtles. That makes sense. And probably the Eidolon, who's hanging out with them also. So I'm just trying to look at Ancient Pride here. Oh, no. Armor of the Synthai is not what I thought it was. Other than the companion weapon abilities for attacks have no effects. So you're not getting your crits, you're not getting your +2 rend, any of that stuff. That's strong. I like that. I think Ethan uses that too. So I probably have the other one. So the Ancient Pride is you don't get hit on 1s through 3s. So, yep, that's the usual loadout. Shillian Guard are freaking strong. Those are the defensive boys, right? Didn't we decide that?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm just looking real quick. Yeah, so those are the defensive boys. I like those. I love the double Leviathan. So your whole title is about Neve. I don't love Neve Black Talon. I've played with it when I was playing some Stormcast. I tried her out. It doesn't do anything against the orcs. The orcs already hit you on 4s. They just can't all out attack, I guess. The Ashilian Guard are sweet with that -1 attack thing. Ethan runs like a missile. He runs 2 units reinforced to those and the Leviathan right up the middle, and then he just kills something, and then he sits there and you can't take him off it. And he lowers your attacks, and that's a strong combo. I think the thing you'll get with the 2 Leviathans is they're going to have a lot of staying power, but your Echelon Guard probably won't. 3 bros kind of get picked up pretty quick. The Black Talons, like I was saying, I just don't know what they do. like I know that Neve can go out there and assassinate a guy and then come back to the unit, but I just don't. I don't know what are you doing? What are you doing, Jacob? With it's only good in Deepkin because Lorelei can reposition her much better than what the Stormcast can do. Yeah. I'm sure you have a lot more practice with it. I mean, personally, I would just take if Saviors to Cinderfall if you're trying to bring a Regiment of Renown. I like
but
Saviors
then
a lot.
But then you don't get the IDK Wizard.
Yeah, but you have the Eidolon of Aspect of the Sea.
Yeah, okay. So that's just a 2-caster. I don't know if you're just trying to cast more things out because you only got a limited amount of models on the table.
Well, maybe, but I mean, he is saying that because you could do a little bit of gaming with the Lorelei, with Neve, and I mean, I would like to see you play with Neve sometime, just because I've not had a lot of luck using her. I don't. I mean, she's really cool. The unit's cool. I know. Honest Wargamer Rob loves Neve, but no +1 damage on the charge. Yeah, that's with against the Eidolon. Is that what you're talking about, Mike? I don't know. So, what do you think, Jake? What are you thinking about this list?
Like obviously the 2 giant turtle models are beautiful. You can paint them up super awesome. They're big monsters, which I like.
You're talking about modeling right now?
Well, if I was to look at this, number one, it's going to look cool on the table.
That's true.
Number 2, they're monsters, and I love monsters. Especially if you can run 2 and you can just smash the shit out of whatever they touch.
And remember, they got that really good shooting.
Well, right. I mean, a fucking 4 attacks with damage 3 is probably, that's got to be the best monster shooting that I've seen. A lot of shooting from monsters is like 1 attack.
Yeah.
If it's multi damage, and then it's like either D3 or D6 damage rather than a flat 3 or something like that. So that's fantastic. 16 down, 3 up save, 5 up ward. I mean, like, does this thing even die? And then you got 2 of them, right? So
yeah, no, one of them's hard to kill. One of them's hard, and it has a big bubble ward save. So then you're giving that ward save to a couple units. I mean, the 2 turtles is freaking cool. I just think I just don't know about the 2 like unreinforced Ishlan guard. But real quick, Jacob says, so Lorelei gets to use the Deepkin spells, so she could be teleported all around the board. And then when Neve fights, she can then teleport to either the companions or Lorelei.
Right. I forgot about that.
That's like Connect 4 sneaky right there.
Yeah, that's teleport jumping or whatever you call that.
Yeah, and so and I like it. So the companions can go hang out and take an objective, and then
the Neve can just hop back and forth between whatever she wants.
Lorelei can hang out in the corner, do whatever. And I know Neve's a thug, but I just think
I guess that's also another way you can go snag objectives when people leave an objective or something like that.
Yeah, right.
Teleport the wizard, hide her, and then slingshot Neve onto the objective or something. But
so, okay, this is interesting. So the Eidolon plus the Ishlan bodyguards. So nothing, or if something charges the Eidolon, it's -2 attacks, has no crit effects, and only hits on 4s, and has no commands with 2 3+ rolls. So, okay, that's interesting. So you run those turtles out there by themselves, and you run the Eidolon with the 2 units of Ishlan guard. Okay.
Because the
Okay,
turtles
so a
aren't going to
little
die
different.
anyways. The Echelon Guard won't die now because of the -2 attacks.
Yeah. So those
Fuck,
turtles
yeah.
go out there and stand on circles, and then you got so it's completely different than Ethan runs it. So that's why okay, like because I'm thinking of like the way that he runs it, and I'm like, yeah, I don't see how this works, but you're doing things that are completely different. This is revolutionary.
Yeah, and then you
Uh,
just get the techie Black Talons that
yeah,
can
and
flip-flop around.
they're cool, and they're doing some fucking Harlequin shit, flopping all over the board. Yeah. All right. Okay. All right.
So completely different than Rob's list of 3d6 charge, go, smash. This is go stand and don't die.
Yeah. So your turtles are taking whatever they want and standing there. They're big. They're going to be able to beat stuff up. They could shoot. And then, yeah. And then your eels and eidolon can go do whatever they want. And they're pretty unkillable with the combo that you got going on there.
Jesus Christ. I didn't even notice that the melee had crit mortal on the turtles. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah. Turtles are good. I
Wow.
mean, why?
Okay.
Yeah, that's a.
All right.
I mean, it's a solid list. So this is why we need you guys to be on here, because when you can explain what you're thinking with your list, it makes it seem so much better than us just throwing out our opinion. Like, thanks for Jake. Thanks for the information because now I'm really liking this list. Like, and I'm gonna discuss the Black Talons with Ethan. He won't be able to play him in Adepticon because his army's painted, and I'm not painting any more shit for him. But
it could be a pivot for him going forward too.
Yeah, it could be something to try. And you're right, the turtle shooting is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
four attacks on 3 damage, and it's 3s and 2s. It's Ren 2 into a monster. You could just absolutely rip off with 2 if you put both of those shooting turtles into, like, let's say an Usharan or something, you could lift them in one shot, one shooting round. That's fucking crazy. That's crazy, bro.
I used to like sharks.
Well, sharks were real good.
But now I like turtles all of a sudden. This seems pretty good. I might have to buy Ethan another turtle.
Yeah, I want to see this played on the table also because, like you said, when you get to actually look at it and see how someone's piloting it, and you go, "Oh man, that's something I didn't think about doing," then it's and it's good. Yeah, thanks, Jake, for sending this list in. This is a good one to review. I like it.
Yeah, this is a fun one.
Very good.
All right, are we going to move on?
Yep. All right, the long-awaited. Let's see. So this is a list. Who sent this one in? Oh, this was
Andrew.
Andrew. Yeah.
Andrew Sellers, yeah.
So Andrew gave us a list of a No Bellicor, Slaves of Darkness, Dark Oath Horde list. Coming in at 1990 points on a 4-drop. So likely most all times you'll probably get the extra movement. I believe is probably the goal there with 4 drops. But in his General's Reg, he's got the Dark Oath Chieftain on Warsteed, a Dark Oath Chieftain, a unit of Reinforced Fell Riders, a unit of Reinforced Marauders, and a Dark Oath Wild Fiend. Then the 2nd Regiment is a unit, or a Ogred Meridon, with the Infernal Puppet and the Radiance of the Dark Glory, and 2 units of Chaos Furies. Then next regiment is another Chieftain with the Reinforced Marauders and a Wild Fiend. And then the last regiment is Gunnar Brand, the named character, Dark Oath Fell Riders again, Singri Brand, and the Oath Sworn Kin. I'm going to guess that's all part of Gunnar Brand's
that's all
unit or whatever. Okay.
That's all his squad.
So, honestly, I don't know anything about any of these units in this whole list.
So, I like...
Because we haven't really looked at we haven't seen this a lot, like at tournaments or in tournaments that we review or whatever.
AoS
very
Coach did
interesting.
an interview with a guy who won a tournament with a Dark Oath list. And I was going to go hunt it down. Excuse me, but I couldn't find it. So I like this list. I like Dark Oath. First of all, let's start with they have the coolest fucking models and their chaos. So and
I'm pulling up all the Dark Oath shit right now.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, you grab all that. It's interesting. I don't think there's a lot of lists without Be'lakor. I actually have been working on a Dark Oath list without Be'lakor also. It's not very different than this. So after we talk about this one a little bit, I'll tell you about mine. It seems like you just have lots of bros out there. You're going to go out there and you're going to try to score, and shit's going to get killed, and you're going to bring it back, and you're just going to keep swarming. I just don't know what you're using as either an anvil or a hammer.
Well, I mean, he's got 1,000 bodies on the table.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like maybe that's, I don't know.
That's the problem with Dark Oath, right? Is they just don't have it alone. They don't have anything that can take a punch, and they don't have anything that can punch. I think the Ogre and Myrmidon is a sweet model. Infernal Puppet and Radiance of Dark Glory, both really good abilities. I love Chaos Furies. It's probably top 4 units in that book. I mean, obviously you have Varangard and Chosen and Be'lakor that are above, but I like Furies probably right there with them. I feel like they just need to do something to the Dark Oath to just make them just a smidge tougher, or add a unit. Like maybe eventually they'll add some unit that can do some damage.
Well, and they have that opportunity still. I mean, they literally just introduced this branch of the army with that new box, like at the end of last year, right?
Or just adjust their stats. Like the thing is, Chaos has 3-up save, and that's one of the reasons why they're really good is because everything has a 3-up save, and nothing in this has a 3-up save, does it? I don't think anything does.
I think it's just 5s mostly. Yeah, it's all 5s.
So you're just not sticking around. You're fairly easy to pick up. So let me tell you what I was gonna run as far as this goes, because I think the idea of bringing back the hordes is really cool, and you're going to bring back all these dudes to just keep throwing them on circles, keep scoring. Gaunt Summoner, yeah, I mean, Gaunt Summoner would be cool. I really like the Gaunt Summoner too, but I mean, is there a reason why? Just because he's a 2-caster, or because you want to put him, or put some stuff in the tower? I don't know what you're putting in the tower. So what I had listed is I was using Gunner as my general with his Oathsworn Kin and the Singri brand, but then in that I also had 2 units of not reinforced Dark Oath Fell Riders to go out there and prospect. Regiment 2 for me is Dark Oath Chieftain on Warsteed, another Dark Oath Chieftain, and a unit of reinforced Marauders. So kind of similar to what your list looks like so far. But then the big twist that I threw in is I brought a Demon Prince of Nurgle. I think I made him Nurgle. Yep. And then a unit of reinforced Chosen, and I gave them the Banner of Screaming Flesh to give him the 3d6 charge and the +1 attack on the charge, and then 2 units of Furies with those. So it's very similar to your list. You have the Myrmidon instead of the Demon Prince. I just like a Demon Prince a little bit more. And then I brought the unit of Chosen just so I could have one unit that's like a hammer. Frenchie says in the Twitch chat that it's an army. Is this the army? It's not the Army of Renown. But he had said that it just doesn't have an anchor. So yeah, it just doesn't have something that's like an anvil that's gonna hold stuff up. But maybe if you brought the reinforced unit of
he can bring the Furies. That's why.
Well, yeah, but so can a Demon Prince, and a Demon Prince is just slightly better. Although he's less. The Ogre and Myrmidon is less points.
Yeah. And he's only got 10 extra points to play with, so
yeah, I think that maybe since you're getting all these units back anyways, maybe just a few less units, or maybe just cut like your Fell Rider units down to not reinforced, because 10 Fell Riders, you're not killing stuff with 10 Fell Riders. I guess they're probably in this list your hammers. But if you brought just single and not reinforced unit of Fell Riders, that's going to save you 300 points that you can use on a lot of different stuff. But I agree. Furies, like, you want to use those as your prospectors too. But the thing about Furies is you can go back, pin something, and then fly away before they kill you. So you can keep shenanigans with those too.
Yeah. But they can. I mean, they can go out and get flanks early, and then just be a nuisance the rest of the game.
How much is the? Oops, I just added a regiment to my unit on accident. How much is the Gaunt Summoner? Gaunt Summoner is 170 points. So you could, if you took away your two reinforcements on your Dark Oath Fell Riders, you could bring a Gaunt Summoner there, and that's how you could add your caster. The
MSU Fell Riders was just to fill in. We got 150 points there, so we got 160 if he takes those out.
Well, if he's got 2 units of them, so you could cut one of them down, or both of them down, I mean, and then you have 310 points to play with. And your Gaunt Summoner is 170.
Well, he's only he's got 1 reinforced and then 1 extra.
No, he doesn't. Oh, maybe you're right. I'm sorry. So, okay. Yeah. So you're only going to have 160 points. That's not getting your Gaunt Summoner. You leap to reach objectives.
Yeah. Well, I mean, let's just say, because I was just reading through some of the highlights of these units. So obviously we know what Chaos Furies do. They're going to be good in your list to get you a couple tactics or pin. I didn't realize that the chieftains, both the guys on the steed and also on foot, do a couple good things for the units that they're going to be with, right? So the chieftain, if he happens to kill a enemy hero or a monster, the rest of the battle he has strike first. So it's kind of neat if you're able to get him in a spot where he actually does the killing. Likelihood that happens a lot, probably low, but strike first is always good. But he also brings a unit of infantry in when he fights immediately, and they get +1 attacks. So the Marauders would have 3 attacks apiece, 4s and 3s. If they made an 8-inch charge, they get +1 rend. Yeah. I don't know. They'd have, I guess they got #murder rolls when they die. But, I mean, how many of these dudes you bringing? It's a unit of 10 for 80 points, and he's got how many?
What? Where are we at?
He's got 40 Marauders on the table.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's not bad. They're 40. a unit of 20 is going to have 60 attacks, 4s and 3s. So 4s is what, half? 30, and then 20. 20 attacks are going to go through at rend 1 damage. I mean, it's not nothing. It's a bunch of little attacks, but it's a lot.
Yeah, it's a cut of 1,000 knives or whatever they say.
Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna do that tech, and you fight with that boss, and he's got 2 of those dudes, so each chieftain's going to be running himself with a reinforced unit of marauders, and you go slap those dudes on an objective. It's still, I mean, how many health are they apiece?
They're only 5 health, and they have a 5-up save.
Oh, that's the chieftain, but what about the marauders? I mean, marauders 1 health apiece.
Yeah.
So 20, 25 wounds on an objective, which I guess could be lifted fairly easily on a 5-up save and no ward, right?
Yeah.
So that's a little disappointing, but they're super cheap. So
yeah. Well, and you're bringing back half.
Yeah, and then the chief on Warsteed also has the same thing with if he kills a hero or monster, he gets strike first. That guy's more reliable on killing a hero, probably.
Yeah, but he's still only got 6 wounds, right?
7 health on a 4-up save. That's better. But he's got crit mortal on his weapon. On damage, too.
You don't want to get those guys in, though, because you need those characters to be alive so you can bring stuff back, too.
Well, I know, but I guess he does allow free rerolls of cavalry units within 12 of him. Oh, Fell Riders. Do they do anything? I guess they shoot with 1 attack. They get 3. They got 3 melee profiles. 1 being plus damage on the charge.
Yeah, but that's if you're either taking the blades or you're taking the javelins. And so
you got to
only
choose.
Get the shooting attack if you take the javelin. If you take the blade, then you get plus damage on the charge.
I got you.
So that's the thing. So are you going to be a little bit better on a charge, or are you going to be able to shoot and then have, I guess, 2 attacks at rend 1 with the javelin? I think I take the javelins most of the time. It looks like you have 1 unit with the blades. You're bringing the blades both times. So maybe I'm wrong.
So he's going straight charge damage. But also, if this unit charged, it's only in combat with 1 enemy unit. Add 1 to the rend characteristic of this melee weapons for the rest of the battle. Like, the fuck? Charge once and you get +1 rend the rest of the battle.
Well, I guess I didn't realize that. That's pretty
good.
That
makes it much better.
Yeah. So definitely that makes the swords pretty good.
So you'll be rend 1, 2 damage apiece.
Only in combat with 1 enemy unit. Wow. Okay.
It's 10, and it's 10 dudes, right? He's got both of them reinforced, or at least one. The big unit's reinforced, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's 20 attacks, 21 attacks, 4s and 3s, rend 1, 2 damage on the charge. That's decent.
The guy who won talked about trading up, and that's really the big thing. Like, you're going to be, like, anything you fight is going to be more expensive than you. So if you could take something off the board, you're going to be trading up.
Sure.
And then falling back and rallying, and then hitting it with something else so it doesn't, like, come back and charge your unit while you're rallying it. Seems like probably a good strategy. I know I watched the video that AoS coach did with the guy, and I was really interested in how he played his army, because I love Dark Oath. I mean, I'm the reason Mike has a lot of his chaos or his corn stuff, because I traded a bunch of corn stuff to him for a bunch of Dark Oath stuff. So so anybody playing against Roush and his corn, thanks to me.
And it's also good. Fuck, I just was reading the Dark Oath Horde thing. So on a 3-up, you just get a half unit back, but 6 inches to board edge, which is fine. But you can put it within 3 inches of enemy units.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
So if something happened to be like get across the board into your zone, you're just like, bloop, plop these 5 fell riders on the board and charge them instantly.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, I think that again, this list warrants practice, and I think the thing with this list, Andrew, is you're gonna have to fucking know it inside and out. You're gonna have to know what your units can do and what they can fight. I like what you're saying with the 2 rend if you play with the season rules. So you're doing like +1 rend to whatever, like infantry or whatever on a charge. So you're charging in, you charge into 1 unit
And
that
two
you know
damage.
you're good against. You're getting 2 damage, and then because of the charge and you only attack 1 unit, then you're +1 rend for that. So it gets you 2 rend. I'm probably
I think this about this list. It's one of those lists where if you get good at it, it's probably really surprising for your opponent.
Yeah, and most people haven't played against it, so there's going to be a lot of things that are
there's a lot of stuff that people won't know. Even if you explain the shit out of it, they're going to be like, okay, just like, okay, tell me when this shit happens. There's so much bodies on the board. And if you pilot it well, you'll do well. I think this list also has the crutch of if you make a mistake, it's going to be pretty devastating.
Yeah, so that's not a crutch. That's a penalty.
Well, I'm just saying, like, if there's one thing that's bad about it, is like, gee, don't get your units into the wrong shit, or they just get lifted and you kill nothing, and then you're minus a unit.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Frenchie said that on paper they're not too bad, but it's having their oath completed, making them good, which can be complicated. I agree. Like, I'm not in love with the oaths that they gave all these units. I think that they're trying to go a route to make them kind of cool and all individual. I think that it just makes them more complicated than they have to be. But Andrew, you think that Dark Oath needs a priest and a big centerpiece model? So yeah, the problem is Chaos already has tons of centerpiece models, right? So like, what are they gonna?
Yeah.
Are they gonna add another one to the army? Honestly, let's be honest. Dark Oath needs to be an entire different faction. They need to be like the Cities of Sigmar of Chaos.
Oh sure, yeah. If they could branch off and just be Dark Oath, that'd be fucking wild. I would look. I'd be in for that.
And then I agree. They would need a priest. They have a wizard, I believe, and then they need. They do need a big centerpiece model at that point.
Which,
and if they have
I guess it doesn't even have to be a giant, like a big model centerpiece dude. Because if you think about Dark Oath, they're kind of like the marauding horde barbarian type of style things. But if you just had like, what's that dude's name from the Indiana Jones movies? The guys that fucking pull the hearts out of people. Kalima! Yeah, if you had like some demented fucking shaman priest that had like crazy fucking demonic shit, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew, you have to protect your heroes. You're right, because if your heroes die, you can't bring your stuff back, and your army just falls apart.
Yeah, that's true because. Right. The benefits you're going to get from your heroes is what you need. And if the heroes are off the table, then your units don't kill anything, and then it's just a matter of time. Now,
they could get a war shrine.
You know what I didn't look at yet? What does the Wild Fiend do? You got 2 of them in your list.
I don't know. I think he probably has 2 starter boxes.
Got a
starter boxes.
9th or 9 health on a 5-up save, 5-up ward. Control is only 1 because it's a beast. But so each time a model is killed within 12 of him, he gets a sacrifice point up to 6. So that's pretty easy because you got a bunch of stuff that's going to die. And then in your hero phase, you spend the sacrifice points. So it can give out pick a target to turn off commands.
I don't like that very much.
You can do, for each point, you can roll a 3-up to do 1 mortal damage to the target.
I guess that's okay.
And you can heal X, where X is the number of points to this unit, so you can't spread the heal to anybody else.
And then you reset at 0, so you might as well spend all your points.
Yeah. So 5 up. If any of the rolls are 5 up. So, like, say you roll the 6 dice. Say you're capped out at 6. You roll 6 dice. You're trying to get 1 5 up at least to turn off commands. It's not horrible. Turn off commands can be good in some scenarios.
Like what, though? What are you turning off? All out defense.
Well, it depends. Like, what if some armies have a command to bring units back from the dead?
Okay, fine.
Or whatever. You know what I mean? Like, there may be situations where
turns off commands
for the rest of the turn for that targeted unit.
Yeah, so
I know.
Playing Soulblight, you're not stopping that.
But
Rob said remove everything, replace with Chosen and Vanguard.
List pimped.
I mean, yeah. Okay. I mean, obviously that's the answer. But I think, like I said, you could add like some flavor. You could add a unit of Vanguard or add some Chosen to the Dark Oath Horde, and still play the Dark Oath Horde.
Yeah,
interesting.
Yeah, because then you'd at least have like one actual hammer that people are going to be afraid of with the fight twice. And well, do they only get fight? They get fight twice natively, unless Bellacor's in the list.
What do you mean with Be'lakor?
Oh no, I'm sorry. They have it on the scroll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I don't know. I mean, the Wild Fiend, I'm not sold on him. I guess he's a little techie, just kind of like everything else is a little techie in the list. But if you took out both of those, you get 280 points. Can you add in a unit of Chosen for 280 points?
No, they're 520 for reinforced.
Oh yeah, okay, Rob. Once per battle on the War Scroll. Okay.
Yeah, 520 for reinforced Chosen, and I think it's even more for Vanguard. So I mean, if you're bringing that, you're cutting a ton of stuff.
Yeah.
Which you don't want to do. That's, I mean.
Well, yeah. I mean, if he took out. Hold please while we try to get Josh back. There he is.
Oh, I didn't.
Somehow you got dumped. I don't know. Yeah. So I guess if you took out both Wild Fiends and the unit of Dark Oath Fell Riders, you're gonna have 280 plus 380.
Pterodons would be cool.
430 you would have 430 points.
How much is a reinforced unit of Pterodons? Rob's saying that might be the way.
They're a discount hammer. I don't know.
So they're gonna be what 360, right? 360 for two of them. That's pretty solid. I don't know.
Well, I mean, sure. I mean, we could make a bunch of different suggestions on like how to like completely retool the list, but like if the purpose is not playing Be'lakor and Vanguard and Chosen, and you want to lean into Dark Oath Horde, there's maybe just small changes.
Yeah, no, but I do think you need to bring one of those units. I think you need to bring Be'lakor or the Chosen or the Vanguard, and then work around it with a bunch of Dark Oath shit that's going to be able to do what we're talking about doing here and come back and take spots on the board and make trades. But I still think you have to have one of those three units, even if you're trying to play without all three and play the typical thing. I think it's best if you bring one of those hammers. Pterodons are a discount hammer. They have the 5 health, 4 up save. If you brought 6 of them, they're anti-infantry Ren +1. 4 attacks each, 4s and 2s, 2 damage. Yeah, I mean they're a good hammer, but they're not nearly as scary as one of the big 3.
Well, and they can't fight twice.
Yeah, and
that's the scariest part about Chosen and Vanguard is like, yeah, they hit hard, but they're gonna do it fucking twice.
Yeah, once.
And
yeah.
Well,
Rob,
still, but yeah.
we said that right off the bat is they just don't have a real hammer. They don't have an anvil. They have really pretty models. You're going for paint score.
You know what? You know what would make this better? This is the solve. I just thought of this. Okay, so as we talked about, maybe you have like in some world you bring fucking Kalima, right, or whatever, and you have this either this kind of like deity or whatever that these priests are worshiping to get like bolstered up in battle. Why don't that priest hand out 5-up wards?
Well, you could take what's the chaos sorcerer hands out 5-up wards.
Well, I'm not talking about to a unit. I'm talking about army wide.
AoE fucking.
Like yeah, either like a 12 or 18-inch bubble of 5-up ward, or if Dark Oath have their own, if they're their own army.
Yeah.
Give them some endless spells that are like invocations. So you have priests that are just
save, they would make them.
It would just be better, right? Like right. So like maybe your thing doesn't instantly get lifted by a hammer. Maybe it gets cut down by half or whatever. But even have a little bit of staying power on the board. And 5-up wards seem to do that pretty well in this game.
Yeah, and Andrew, you're right. The new GHB, I mean, that's going to completely change everything. We don't know what it's going to be yet. Like they could make anything could happen. We could lose the double turn. We're going to get all new tactics. Maybe it could be like a pro infantry GHB. Yeah. Like I mean, there's no way to know. And yeah, I mean, when the new GHB comes, what is that, June or July? I mean, that's going to change everything. The entire meta is going to explode, and it's going to be all new. So I agree. We'll see after the GHB, but we're talking about today. If you were going to run this in Adepticon, probably, unless you're real good with this army and you know how to make the trades like the gentleman did that won the tournament, probably you're going to win 1 or 0 games.
Why? I'm just being serious. Why are you selling Andrew down the river, man?
I'm not saying you're a bad player. I'm just saying this army is like a huge, I don't know. This is what I'm going to make Mike play when I make him play a shit.
Dude, he will beat your ass with this list.
No, he won't. Because it's not going to be this list. It's going to be worse than this.
Oh, just a shittier version. No heroes.
Furies.
No heroes. Just one hero and a bunch of
one drop.
Fuck.
One drop with only Fell Riders and like one character on foot that can't keep up with the Fell Riders. It's going to be a bad list. Mike's getting the fucking worst Dark Oath list of all time. And he has to play with the terrain piece.
All right. Well, I'll tell you this: if that's a thing and you do that for Mike, it doesn't count as a win for you.
What? Oh no, yeah. He's getting the shit list.
You can't give him the shittiest list on the planet, grudge him, and then say, "Oh, I beat Mike once." No, it's not gonna happen. That ain't gonna win. You can't put that on your mantle, man. Jesus.
On the internet, it's gonna
it's gonna show a win.
One victory against Mike Roush.
Wow. Okay.
But he's gonna pick my army too. Well, no, I'm actually. It doesn't even matter because this is. I'm not playing. I'm playing against Brandon, right? I've already got to deal with Brandon. So with Roush, I'm going to have to do this another time. Or we should just have a tournament where everyone brings the worst army that they own, like the worst list that they own, and then you fucking hand it to your opponent. And you play against your worst list and against their worst list.
Oh, Jesus. All right. So we're going to play a tournament of only getting through 2 rounds because no one will know the fucking rules for any army.
You're right. Nobody would know the rules. I guess it really wouldn't be that. It wouldn't be that fun.
I guess I know we want to do the Highlander tournament. There may be a world where we, just for funsies, make some kind of list building some other list building caps to where it's like you only can take shit that's like non-reinforced, non-spammable, no unique, whatever's, and then just
there
have something like
was a
that.
time in Warhammer Fantasy Battles where the Masters tournament was they brought the Masters provided the armies, and you just went to the tournament and you got placed on a table and you played with whatever was on that table, and you
really?
that was your army. Yeah. So like to see how big of a master you are. All right, we got
Jared. That's the thing. We were just, it's like, sure, that could be fun, and I'm not against it, but you better be prepared to play 1.5 turns and be done after 2.
No, the first game might be slow.
Come on,
maybe
man.
you give 4 hours for the first round for the first game, and then 3 hours for the rest of the games as usual. Because the first game, you're not changing lists every time. You just draw your list out of a hat.
Yeah, I know.
And so you should learn the rules.
What about,
for the most part? Like, I mean,
what about 4-hour games? Would anybody be opposed to just 4-hour rounds for an RTT? I mean, I know it's a long day
for that particular tournament.
But you start, let's say you start an hour earlier. Say you start at 9 and you go to 1, then 2 to 6, and then 6 to 10. That's not super late.
We couldn't do it at our house probably, but
they're open. They're open till 10 on the weekends.
Till 10. I mean, we'd be.
Well, I mean, we'd be pushing.
Keep it open.
Yeah, but maybe, I don't know. That's something interesting, I guess.
Yeah, we can tweak this up a little bit.
Yeah, right.
I'm sure if we talked to Chris, he would give us extra time that day. Like,
stay open till 11 just so we can finish up or whatever. But all right, that's an idea we can kick around, and I don't hate it. It would just be, you'd have to make sure, and I don't know if you could really just do the whole idea where you just show up and pick an army out of a hat. You'd probably have to bring one. Right.
Well, everyone brings an army, but you bring whatever list you want, knowing you're not going to play your own army.
That's and they just have it in a box and say, "Okay, I drew Stormcast this list," and then go grab the box.
You have to be cool with other motherfuckers' armies. You can't be trashing somebody else's army.
Well, and you'd have to make sure you're respectful of people's models and whatever.
But it also has to be a bunch of people that are like not going to be assholes and be like, "Oh, I got a shitty army, I'm dropping." Because that's not cool. Frenchie, that's gonna be a mess, and that's why it's gonna be fucking cool.
Well, Jared, I think the point of the list building for that event would be so you can't make it techie.
Yeah, you would,
and it would just be like, we will put so many limitations on list building that it would just basically be like basic bros on the table, so you just have to play the war scrolls of the dudes. It would make it easier for people, and a couple heroes, but it wouldn't be like the devastating heroes. Like, there would definitely be no Bellicor in a list.
Nobody's gonna fucking put a Bellicor in a list because they're gonna play against it.
Right, that's what I mean. Like, you're gonna make the shittiest list possible with stuff.
It's gonna be a bunch of bad fucking lists, and so no auxiliary. I agree with that. That would be fucking cheating.
Oh yeah. I'm a 12 drop. Fucking
auxiliary
10 steam tank list.
Yeah, that would be so dumb. I think it would be funny. But yeah, no, I think it's a fun idea. So maybe so we're doing, what are we doing? June Highlander? Is that what we were talking about?
Yeah, we were talking about doing
June Highlander.
Right. And then
maybe one of the other 5 can be
well, we'd only have 3 more after that.
Well, yeah, but one of the 5 can be this fucking play your opponent's shitty list. I don't know what we'll call it.
Well, that's also an idea.
Fun.
too is I guess we could reduce the points in the list, would make it easier too.
1,000 points. Yeah, who wants to play a fucking 1,000-point game?
I don't like 1,000-point tournaments per se, but would reducing the points, like we could reduce it to whatever and still play at 2,000-point rules, but maybe going to like 1,800 points would make it harder for people to like make something good, even like accidentally good.
Nobody's going to accidentally make something good. It's going to be the shittiest list of all.
Well, what I mean is like this.
Only bringing humans.
Right. But like for someone like myself, I have 5 armies. I don't have every model of every range and multiples of those. So like for me to put a list together would have to be what I have. And maybe it would just be easier for people to put lists together. Like I don't have 2,000 points of shitty stuff. I have 1,800 points of crappy stuff or whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, Rob,
coin flip.
That's a fun idea too. I don't know. I think it'd be better if you just make everyone play something that they didn't bring.
Yeah, I agree. Because then you have this whole like before the event starts, where everybody gets this like hype and excitement about drawing their shit out of a hat or and drafting.
What's the draft order?
Yeah, the fucking draft order. Holy shit!
You could do it like. Wait, you could do it like Secret Santa, or not Secret Santa, but that thing where you like the first person picks something, a gift, and then the next person could either
the
take
white elephant fucking army swaps.
Pick a different army.
Holy shit!
The
white elephant. Fuck a coin flip, Rob. We're doing a white elephant fucking drafting.
White elephant style draft for army lists. That's fucking cool.
And we'd make all the lists available like the week ahead of time so you could at least see them all. And like then you draw yours and you're like, fuck, I got the Foot Bro Cities list. And the list that's already been picked was like, yeah, I'd rather take fucking Stormcast. Here, take this dumb shit. Or whatever.
Well, no, but that's the thing. You either take the list that's already been revealed.
No, that's what I mean. Like if somebody's already
draw one. So, like, you don't get to draw one, go, oh, I got a shitty list, or I'm going to trade with this person. No. You either take the shitty Stormcast, the devil you know, or you take we're not doing one during the Christmas season. Otherwise, that would be fucking awesome.
Yeah.
But we just know no one's showing up during the holidays. So after November, we don't do a tournament until our GT in February. But it would be a fucking cool event. And we could also do like a white elephant gift exchange too. That would be kind of cool too. So we could do like a Christmas in July, or
we're gonna have probably the one in June, Highlander, and then August I think was the next month we were gonna try to do one in.
We have 1 month where we have one like at the very beginning and the very end, I think.
I think it's August into September. Yeah. Well, I guess what we'd have to do, and this is way off topic from Pimp My List, I guess, but
that's all right. This is a good time.
Yeah, I think we'd have to do like one of those decision points where we're keeping stats for a season. So does that? Since we're having that, I know, but since we're having the Highlander thing and we're having this other fun event, you only got 3 actual regular events and 2 fun events, and we just say whatever. Okay.
Yeah, I think this happens, and Rob, like if we're gonna do something like that, we would hit you up for your couple armies. I have every army. Jake has a couple armies. A lot of people have a lot of different armies. So we could do that where we write all the lists and that's the white elephant. That would be interesting also. I don't know what's better. Like everyone brings the worst list that they can provide, or we just provide 20 armies.
Yeah, but then I don't know. I mean, Let me think about that.
I mean, because we get 24 guys, right? That's what we're
Yeah, the
that's
cap
what
is 24 at the store.
we
So,
want to. So we would have to have 24 armies available.
but if everybody brings their own, then you're still not. You could. I mean, we could. Everybody brings their own, and then if anybody wants to bring multiples and throw them in the hat, we could do that. Yeah. But we got to guarantee that there's 24 armies there, so everyone should bring their own still, and then.
I think everyone brings their own. I mean, I agree with your point that like if we just wrote our own lists and we knew every list was kind of like at least somewhat similar, we could ask people what they have, and then I don't know. This is going to take some time. Regular events are fun, and we like, of course, we're going to do regular events because I mean we like regular events, but throwing in this random stuff is fun. It's okay if people break my models. All right. Well, we don't want to break your models, and we don't want to break anybody's models. But
yeah, no, I like this idea. I think it's fun. It's fresh. I don't think anybody's doing anything like this for sure.
Oh yeah, no, it's definitely ridiculous.
And then if it's all just for funsies, fuck yeah, everyone's going to be on board. I think the player base that we normally play with anyways would be completely on board with this.
Yeah.
Because chances are the shit that you're bringing isn't like your painted up tournament list. So
well, that's the thing. Yeah, I mean unless you only own one list. I mean, we allow no painting for RTTs, and so like you could play with whatever. Yeah, I mean you have to spend all your points. I think that like you have to. I think that you would have to have like you couldn't go. Here's my 2,000 point list, Bellicor.
Sure. Yeah.
I mean, you have to spend a majority of your points, or you can't leave points.
Well, let's say
there's a unit that you can use to
let's say there would be like a minimum of points range also, so you just don't do that, I guess. Yeah. So you do 1920 might be the lowest.
I can't imagine a list being 1920.
Well, I mean, because there's like, if there's not an army that has an 80-point unit to push it to 2,000, I don't know. Like, yeah. And it's also going to depend on, like we said, it's what you have on hand. Maybe you make a crappy list, but then it's like, shit, I don't have another unit that's like 100-point unit or something. So you might have to do 1,900 points just to give people the range of creating a crappy list, but not optimizing it as much as you could with other things. But it's very doable, is what I'm saying.
Rob, we'll talk about this more in the Discord. We're going to discuss this because I see your point. Like the limiter to like if everyone breaks an army and you're not playing with your own stuff, then people might be turned off because somebody else is going to be playing with their stuff. We can figure it out. Like if somebody's like absolutely no one can play with my models, then we can provide an army.
Well, here's the other thing to that. I guess like if you're really hell bent on like you don't want people touching your unpainted plastic, because that's what this event's going to be, right? It's going to be all pretty much, I would say like 90% of the people would just bring shit that they've never played or whatever and didn't have a reason to paint. So if you did that, and you don't want to put your army in the draft, then you play your own. It's still gonna be a crappy list, right?
No, because then we just, if somebody's like, nope, I don't want to bring my stuff, then I'll go, okay, I'm going to provide your army for the draft.
Oh, okay.
And I can make an army out of anything.
Sure, we could put the call out like Rob said, if he could bring 4 to 6 armies. If anybody wants to bring extra armies, you bring them. And if you don't want to, if you don't want to not play your own stuff, you play. Josh lost again. I don't know why he keeps jumping off the stream here.
I lost you. I don't know.
I got you.
All right.
It's kicked you off a couple times.
No, that was you. I think that was gone.
But I mean, we could have a few people bring a handful of armies if they choose to, and then
it was me.
We could piece it together that way, just so you had enough armies. But that'll take some coordinating. So, yeah, I think we could probably make that happen. That's a good idea. And,
yeah, or we can do good lists. It doesn't have to be shitty lists. We could just make sure that everyone has a decent list, and it just makes for. Yeah, we let's plan this, and let's have more discussion on it.
I really think you. I don't know if you could necessarily say, hey, it has to be a bad list. We would just put limiters on list building, right? To where it's not going to be optimized anyway. Like build a list, submit your list, whatever it is, we will make sure like you put all the stipulations into list building for that particular event to where no one can really bring anything OP.
Well, but Rob makes a good point. Like if all the lists are fucking shit, one might be more shit than another, and then like you're not going to have a fun game if you're just playing an awful army the entire time. So if you bring like decent lists, they don't have to be fucking.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like we put list building limitations. You build the best list you can into that criteria, right?
Yeah.
That's what we'd have to discuss is what kind of limits are we going to put on list building. Everybody make a list. You throw the list in the hat, whatever, and you get what you get.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm here for it.
All right. We got some stuff to type up on that for sure. We'll have to, but that will be months and months down the road. That'll be like
later in the year.
The earliest, probably the event after August.
Yeah.
Probably like a September. Probably.
Well, September is going to be pre MIGT though. I feel like maybe we should be thinking MIGT.
Or maybe we make that one the August one.
Yeah, maybe the August.
At the earliest, it's going to be August.
But there's one list per faction. Are there 24 factions? I don't. Now I got to count.
I think there's 25.
Are there? Okay.
But I mean, like, how are you going to police that?
Well, if we provide all the armies.
I guess, but
I'm just trying not to sneeze.
The other thing is going to be...
Well, Beasts of Chaos will be gone, and so will that shitty orc army. So
the other thing to think about, too, as I just thought about this right now, is what if somebody doesn't play for Warhammer Plus and they only can build one list in their phone and they don't have the rules for the army because they didn't buy the book?
23, not counting the beasts and the fucking shitty orcs. Yeah. Well, we can maybe we get the cards. I don't know. Maybe we get the cards. I don't know. Well, there or we fucking
or we print off,
type out the fucking rules or some shit. We can figure that out. We can figure that out. That's easy.
Jesus.
Well, okay. They what?
Yeah, do we have to provide the book with the army? I don't think so, bud.
I don't buy the book.
Oh, you mean like, well, yeah, but I guess people would have the books for the army. You have to bring it with you.
Yeah, but I heard GW might be cracking down on Wapedia.
Well, there's Age of Index that I've been using today just to look up stuff. I mean, it's not like you couldn't pull something up and print the war scrolls off or whatever. Yeah. So
we can figure that out. Well, that's easy to figure out. Once we figure out how we're doing the list, if we have to, we can provide the rules for the list. Or if we're doing anybody else's army, we can figure that out. Include cost of cards into the entry fee. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. So
I mean,
you
I don't
get
know.
you get to use somebody's army and then get a free thing of cards. I don't know. Let's figure it out. Let's talk about it more. I'm wrapping this up
Yeah, yeah.
because it's
We're overtime
almost
already,
11
so
and I have to work tonight. So, but let's definitely table this, put a pin in it, and let's fucking do this
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah. So, guys, please have this discussion in our
You're
Discord.
right, Rob. You're right.
Um,
Yeah.
so we can
So
talk
yeah,
about
let's
this and
talk
hash
about it.
out some of the stuff between the community and what people would want to be able to have for this thing.
Yeah.
Because yeah, we're gonna take all the input from everybody, try to piece something together that'll be a fun event for everyone and not have any feel bads. Because I do not want to ever have a feel bad event.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think that does any good for us or the player base. You know, to be like, say this is
Yeah.
somebody's first event and they're just trying to come out and have fun, and yes, they know about the rules ahead of time, but then they have a shit time and they'll never
Because
come, and they
they
never
get the
just come
worst
back to an
list
event.
ever.
You know what I mean? Or
Right.
this totally off put somebody. So I don't want that to happen. But
Yeah. I think we probably don't do terrible lists. We just maybe
that's what I mean.
provide
Like,
army lists.
yeah,
Yeah. Let's
put limiters on list building. Make it the best you can list out of that, and then um, kind of go from there. But
yeah. All right. Okay. Let's keep this session going
yep,
on Discord. Um I'm calling it. I'm done. Like and subscribe our shit because we come up with cool ideas like this on the fly.
yeah,
We also have cool trophies and we give out fucking cool prizes at our tournaments. So like and subscribe. Join our Discord so you can make some comments and talk about this with us. And I don't know.
yeah.
You have anything else to say?
Nope. Until next time, boys.
Goodbye, friends.
I gotta wait that 5 seconds so you can hear your shit.